Strength lies in the differences, not in similarities. Stephen R. Covey. Welcome, and I'm so glad that you're here. Here we talk about personal development, relationships, and mental health, just to name a few. My name is Carmen, a registered counsellor who is passionate about coming alongside people. This podcast is designed to create a discussion and bring awareness, with each episode encouraging, equipping, and empowering you to live your best life. Let's get started. Hello, I'm so glad that you could join me for another episode. How are you? I hope you've been keeping well. You may already know that I reside in Sydney, Australia. You may also know that my heritage is Maltese. Some episodes ago, I unpacked third culture individuals, or also known as third culture kids, along with some of my story relating to the topic. In this episode, we look at cultural diversity, what it means, and how we celebrate each other's differences. So who makes up your community? I came to learn that Greater Western Sydney has one of the most diverse cultural communities in the world. The things that we do and the practices we were taught influence who we become. While culture is a broad term, it involves values, beliefs, behaviours, norms, and overall our way of being. According to harmony.gov.au, cultural diversity and awareness are about inclusiveness, respect, and a sense of belonging for everyone. It's about respecting each other's differences and valuing what different cultures can bring to the table. Some facts about cultural diversity in Australia. Australia is a multicultural country, home to the world's oldest continuous cultures, as well as Australians who identify with more than 270 ancestries. Since 1945, almost 7 million people have migrated to Australia. 1 in 4 of Australia's 22 million people were born overseas. 46% have at least one parent who was born overseas. And nearly 20% of Australians speak a language other than English at home. There are approximately 7,139 languages that are spoken today. So, how do we become culturally aware and sensitive? There are several ways, and here are some of them. Interact with people who are outside of our culture. If unsure about a person's culture, seek out understanding. Ask some respectful questions. Learn a new language, even if it is just the basics. Exposure to the arts from around the world. Encourage multicultural days in the community where stories can be shared. Don't assume certain culture groups are one and the same, even if they might seem similar. Be mindful that some cultures may have opposing views. Cultural awareness respects the differences and doesn't force different beliefs onto each other. Take part in different communities and understand them from their source. Diversity goes beyond culture, and we see it in nature and the world around us. In our differences, we can find beauty and appreciation if we are open to it. Cultural diversity can benefit everyone, as it expands our way of being in the world by exposing us to different perspectives, resources, food, art, music, and I could go on. Thank you for joining me. Wishing you a good rest of the day. as you think of your own cultural awareness journey. In the meantime, keep safe and take care. So that's it for today's episode. As always, I'm grateful for the opportunity to come alongside you. If you know someone who might benefit from hearing this episode, why not share it with them? Don't want to miss an episode? You can subscribe to the podcast, and if you are listening via Apple Podcast, I would be most grateful if you would leave a review. For more content, head over to carmendebono.com.au, and I look forward to coming alongside you again on the first Wednesday of the month.